From the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now, here are Hotline editors Chuck Todd and John Mercurio.
Welcome to Hotline TV. I'm Chuck Todd.
I'm John Mercurio.
Today we're taking a look at the first negative ads of the cycle.
Let's start with the party committees and the Democrats specifically. The DCCC has already been active, most recently in Iowa, where they attacked a Republican by tying him to the President of the United States. Let's see a clip.
Mike Whalen, George Bush's candidate for Congress. He's a millionaire hotel and restaurant owner. Like George Bush, Whalen opposes raising the minimum wage. Wonder why? Millionaire Whalen pays some of his employees just the minimum wage. There's a better choice. Bruce Braley will stand up to the Bush administration and refuse any pay raise until Congress raises the minimum wage. Bruce Braley, the right change for Iowa. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee is responsible for the content of this.
All right, Chuck, how nasty will the DCCC and the NRCC be in negative advertising this year?
Well, I think that's their job, okay? The job of the two committees is to be nasty, don't waste your time on positive ads. If you're wasting your time on positive ads, it means you're already behind and you're already losing. I think what's interesting about the DCCC tact is that every one of the ads we've seen so far in Iowa, we've seen one in New York 24, we've seen one in Pennsylvania, immediately opens with Bush, right? And it's always this marriage with Bush. But what I thought was interesting about the Iowa thing is that they went to minimum wage first, not Iraq. They're trying to not throw all of their arsenal at once. I think we're going to see these same sort of Bush-themed ads, but then it'll be minimum wage. Then they'll do healthcare, and then they'll close. My guess is a lot of late October Iraq ads, that they're not going to do the Iraq stuff early.
Is this new? I mean, is this relatively early for them to be starting? I don't think so. I mean,
for the D-Trip it is, because they usually never have this kind of money. So usually they don't have. The NRCC actually seems to be saving some of their money this time. Usually they're up a little bit earlier trying to do some early dents, and they don't seem to be doing that as much this time. But, they literally have to make these things scorched earth campaigns to have a shot at any of them, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Things are getting uglier in Ohio, too, where Republican governor nominee Ken Blackwell used his first post-primary ad to go after Democratic nominee Ted Strickland, while the NRSC is taken after Sherrod Brown. Let's see a clip of the NRSC's ad first.
Disappointed in Washington, this congressman voted in favor of higher taxes over 35 times. Sherrod Brown let us down. He supported raising taxes on gasoline. Sherrod Brown let us down. He voted to raise Social Security and Medicare taxes on senior citizens. Congressman Sherrod Brown let us down again. He's part of the problem.
The National Republican Senatorial Committee is responsible for the content of this ad.
John, is Ohio going to be the site of the ugliest battles?
I don't think any other state could possibly match this. I mean, you're going to have the governor's race. I mean, Ken Blackwell at this point sort of throwing a Hail Mary pass.
He's got to.
Down 20 points. He's got to go after Ted Strickland. Not just on the air, but in sort of the whisper campaigns, the internet, everything that they're running is going to be negative against Ted Strickland. And I think you're going to see the same thing with Sherrod Brown, because Mike DeWine doesn't win this race. Frankly, this is one of the rare races, I think, where Mike DeWine, the incumbent, doesn't win it. Sherrod Brown could lose it, though. Well, I mean, the Republicans run against Sherrod Brown in a way that shows off his quote-unquote liberal record.
The biggest problem you hear that Republicans have with this race and the Senate race is, will DeWine go negative enough? Mm-hmm. He doesn't like, everybody that knows Mike DeWine, he really doesn't like the fact that he's going to have to win this, probably in the ugliest way possible.
But he will. And it'll be either him or it'll be the NRSC, as we were just saying.
That's right. I mean, he may say, no, while the NRSC is going, yeah, come in.
Right, but between Ohio and Pennsylvania, I think you're going to see the two sort of negative races in the country.
Don't forget Ohio 1, Ohio 15. I mean, these House races are going to be very negative. Mm-hmm. And so,
And don't count out Maryland either. I think Maryland, both on the gubernatorial and the Senate level, is going to be extremely
I think Ohio will be uglier.
Yeah,
Ohio will be
I agree. All right, that'll do it for today's installment of Hotline TV. Join us tomorrow for a look at some other top races we're following. Until then, I am John Mercurio.
I'm Chuck Todd, so we'll see you tomorrow on Hotline
TV.